Hello? I think the sound is working. Now that takes care of the live stream. Hello, anyone out there? I'll be starting shortly on how to do stuff on this project, but let's get things connected to Discord next. So we start. Now, I don't know if this is going to work. Let's see. We can go to Discord. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna do, let's see, tag Northwest. Let's see, anything here? Well, let's see, let's try, we're on the lobby. Okay. Video. Okay, it looks like I'm on, but is the sound working? Hello, hello. I have no idea if the sound, hello, oh boy, now let's see, sound. Let's see, sound, oh gosh, what a mess this is. Oh, input device, Steinberg. Weep. Hello, wep. Weep. Well, the thing does light up, so I'm guessing I have sound. Let's see, that does its thing, but there's no voice level meter. What does this do? That doesn't work. Okay, let's see. We get that. What does that do? Okay, nope, that's not how. Oh, and I might have kicked myself off of there. Okay, what do I have to do escape from that. Okay, so we're back here. I can only assume that there's sound. My mouse, if I move my mouse, let's see, I gotta move this over to here. Try that. I move my mouse there. Okay, this is that. This is this silly thing. So if I, no, that's not gonna work either. So I have to go to, let's see. Okay, let's go. See, those are showing online. All right, let's see. Okay, let's go. Let's go to here. And, chat. Okay, now, if you hear me or you have any issues on YouTube or Facebook or Twitch, you should be able to say something in the chat and I should see it. If you are on Discord, theoretically, you should be able to hear me. So I'm going to take the, where the heck is it? I'm going to move the OBS screen to one side like that. And I don't think I need, okay, do that there. I don't think I'm going to bring the Discord screen up front in case something goes kaflooey here. Let's see, if you are having problems, let's do this. You should be able to say something in any of the channels. I'll try to take a look at creative. So it looks like I'm going out there. Now let's bring, where the heck is it? I need to bring, where is, okay, there is Blender. You should see my mouse moving around. Okay, that looked there. Okay, so now, what we're doing here, after all that, what I'm doing here is attempting to recreate my childhood home on Crescent Road in Winchester, Massachusetts. The purpose being that I may be wanting to do a series of videos about my life, and a lot of significant things began here at this humble little home on Crescent Road in Winchester, Massachusetts. Now, what you see here on your screen, let's make sure that it looks to me like that, yes, things look okay on OBS and Restream. So anyhow, let's go back here. Let's go here to that. All right, so on the left here, you see a aerial view of Crescent Road in Winchester, Massachusetts. And right at the head of the curve, right here, if you can see, I don't see my mouse. Why isn't my mouse there? There's my mouse. You should be able to see it on both of the live streams. Let me just check this one. Is it working there too? Yes, it's working. You should see my mouse on both of the live streams. Over here on the left, this house right here, that was my childhood home from the period when I was about 5 years old to the end of my 9th grade in what we call junior high school or middle school, when I was essentially about 15 15 to 16 years old. So nearly 10 years in this humble little house. A lot of things have happened. I have been in touch with my siblings, and I think I've got straightened out on some of the details of the house. It turns out I remembered a lot of it on my own. It's a fairly challenging house to work with. It is a 6-bedroom, 1920 to 1930 craftsman colonial house. It is stucco. Unfortunately, the Google views from the street are poor because the current owners have made an enormous addition to the right-hand side of the house. So I cannot use that. So the front of the house is going to have to go by memory, as well as descriptions from all 4 of my siblings who are still living. There are some photographs of the inside of the house, but unfortunately I cannot show those here because there are photographs of us as children, the 5 of us children. And legally, since those photographs were taken by somebody else and were taken inside a private home and not on a public street, legally, I cannot show those photos as they are, but I can use them to refer to them, to look at the insides of some of the main rooms on the first floor of the house. On the second and third floors, I'm going to be going totally by memory. And the basement, I'm going to be going totally by memory. So what we're going to try to do now is that I have to create trees. I did the basic layout of the landscape. The feature of it is that you can see, if I look at it horizontally, here's Crescent Road here, here's the driveway to our garage, here's the driveway to the neighbor's garage. I'm not going to bother with the neighbor's house yet, because the focus when I start using this in my videos will be essentially to come up to the house, go up the stairs and the embankment through the front porch and into the house. By the way, I forgot to mention, this is on Blender, an extremely powerful tool for doing modeling and animation. The landscape is all modeled, and it started as a mesh, which was a plane. And I made the hills and the embankments by raising parts of the mesh. Now, this is not exact. This is only as I remember it as a child. Excuse me. As a child, things look bigger to you than they do as an adult. We left this house, we moved out when I was about 12 to 13 years old, which is 9th grade. Or maybe, make it like 15 years old. We moved from Winchester to Boston, to Marion, Massachusetts. Now, so I remember we had an embankment, but right here. Let's try to zoom in. So hard to see this. Let's try a different view of it. Yeah, here is the cycle's rendering. Here's the street here. You see a hill right here. when we were children, we would go sledding down this hill. And I remember there was a tree here, and I think a tree about here, or maybe it's here, that we had to be careful that we don't go crashing into that tree when we were sledding. Now, if we go back and look at the photograph of the location here, now see, unfortunately, they made some major changes to the front of the property here. But looking at an old photograph, see, the embankment had been totally scooped out here. But so there was a tree here, here. The trees along here they left in. Also the trees to the left-hand side of the property, they left there, as well as several, including a great big one in the back where there was a swing. I remember that. Those they left alone. It's just that they completely eviscerated the front of the property. So let's go ahead, go back to here. Now let's figure out how, whoops, we got a little problem here. Oh, I've got somebody, oh, well, somebody said something in the comments. I'm going to say hello. Oh, I hope that you can hear me. Let's see if they respond. Are there any comments on Discord? Let's see. Nope, nobody is on Discord so far. Let's see, what do I have to say? Going to the husband, now that's something else, I guess. All right. Let's see, what's coming on here? No comments on this. By the way, I'm on Discord on the Tag Northwest channel on Discord. That's the Discord channel for the Technology Assistance Group Northwest, which is for Northwestern Washington State. You don't have to be on there because I'm also on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Now, at least I think I am. This whole thing's all new to me, so it could very well be doing interesting stuff. Let's go back and take a look at the main panel. And, we're offline. Oh, no. Something went wrong. No, we're online. I'm sorry, we are online. Okay. Well, all right. So, let's see. Why did it do that? Okay, so, let's do this. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to open a second window to restream so I can quickly go back and forth. I'm going to open the second window onto the, where did it go? The chat, my chat app, and open in the browser. Okay, so that's there, and we got that there. Okay, it looks like we are online, and I'll leave the chat open. Okay, so anyhow, here we are. So let's figure out how to make a tree in Blender. Now, oh boy, so I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to open up, see. I'm going to open up Google. Now, you won't be able to see it because you can only see the Blender on Google, now that's interesting. I lost, okay, why did I lose all that now? Okay, and I lost, okay, that's interesting. The Blender screen disappeared, okay, and that disappeared. Now, why did all those disappear? Okay, well, anyhow, things are going a bit wacky. Can you see my mouse? No. What happened when I do that? Now you can see it. Okay. Let's see. They did say that if you go to File, no, if you edit Preferences and you go to Add-ons, there's supposed to be a magic something here to make trees by. Okay. Well, okay, that's not going to do that. Let's do this. Let's go here. In Google, I know you can't see it. Blender add-on for making trees. Let's see what that comes up with. Okay, now let's see. Okay, now there's some of these add-ons are tricky. Some of them you get a crippled version for free. Then you have to to do anything useful. You don't. You didn't have to pay some. So let's see. I'm too cheap to. Okay, let's look at this. Sapling tree gen. Let's see what this has to do. Okay. The add-on, this add-on creates trees. There are many preset tree types to choose from. Create your own. Okay, all right. Open Blender, preference add-on time. Check add curve, then sapling tree gen. So let's see. We go to add-ons. Now it said curve. Okay, curve. Curve, sapling. Do I see sapling? Sapling, where are you? Okay, I don't see you, boy. Sapling. Oh, boy. Now what? Uh-oh. Add curve. Okay, what does that do? Okay, nope, that's not it. Oh, boy. No. Okay. Add curve, and okay. Add curve sapling. Let's try that. You add that. Okay, that's that. And that goes there. Okay. I don't know. You can't see the menu. Oh, boy. All right. So I'm going to get rid of that since you can't see the menu. You go File. Now, can you see that? Nope. Oh, my gosh. You can't even see that either. Oh, my God. Oh, wait a minute. Now, what's going on here? Okay. So now you can only see the main screen. Okay, now let's see what happens. So I have to go back to there it is. I have to go back to there, and then interface. Okay, now instructions. Okay, once the tree is created, 8 settings to build your tree. So when I click Add Curve, open Blender and go to the Preferences. Click Add to enable the script interface. So 3D Viewer, Add Curve menu. So 3D Viewer, Add Curve. So we got to do this. So we go to 3D, Add Curve, sapling right there. Now what have we got? I don't see anything. Well, is it hiding from me? Well, let's see. I see a dot. Oh, here it is. Let's go here. Now, do you see that? Yes, I guess you do. So now, geometry, bevel. I have known nothing of what's doing here. Let's see. Oh my God, add tree, cylindrical, hemispherical, spherical, and let's try that. Okay. Branch scale. Okay, scale. Yeah. Okay, I don't see what's happening there. Let's do a willow tree. What does that do? Oh, look at that. Oh, look. Oh, isn't that nice? There is a tree right there. And at this point, what kind of tree it is, I'm going to have to say I don't really care. Because when I was a child, I didn't know what trees were what. So let's grab this thing. No, I don't want to delete it. Sure, we're going to do, let's see, I want to activate it, grab X, move it over to there, grab Y, we'll move it to there. That's the big tree at the foot of this thing. Now, we're going to tree? Okay, we're going to make it a color now. Why is that? Now, that's interesting. Now, that's going to come up a little bit. So, new, we're going to make it fresh because we're going to make this summertime. So, okay, that's the column. That's interesting. So, the column is not green. It's going to be kind of brownish. But that's the column. Now, how do I change? This is interesting. This is a curve. So, that's the column. Now, we're going to move it up a bit. So, G, Z, okay, so that's a tree. It's a big, huge tree. Okay, now, how do I, oh boy, this is going to be interesting, but how do I, okay, can we go to object edit mode? Oh boy, okay, now, what are those? Okay, I have no idea what the heck I'm doing. Can I go to a circle? Oh God, edit mode. Do a circle select. What does that do? Ah, look at that. Let's just kind of, for the fun of it, y'all, change all those little goodies there. And we're going to make those dark green. So we come over here, add a color here, like, come on, uh-oh. Okay, we're going to instantiate this. Okay, so we got to go that way. Come over here. We're going to do a circle select again. We're going to grab all the other little thingies on the tree, something like that. Okay, all those goodies right there, and right there. Okay, now, let's see what happens if I take those, and we're going to make we're going to have to instantiate that to a file, save, I don't trust myself. Then we come over to the material, and we're going to add a new material, and we're going to make it dark, rich dark green, like that. Now, I don't want it to be the same as the grass. It's kind of, do something like that, okay? Maybe a little fallish, something like that, okay? All right, but maybe light green. Okay, let's see what happens now. So we're going to label this tree leaf, T-R-E-E-L-E-E, leave. Okay, now we have to do an assignment. Oh, phooey, it turned the wrong one. Oh, boy. No? Okay. You know what? We're going to have to leave it. I don't know why those aren't changing. Let's see. What do we do? Oh, wait a minute. Now, we're in edit mode. Select. Let's see. If we do a select off of those black dots, I do an object mode. Ah, look at that. So the whole thing changes the color. You know, let's leave it that way. I don't know how. Let's try this. Let's go back. That's object mode. Let's go back to edit mode. This is where it's going to hurt. Because I don't know. Oh, boy. Let's see. Let's do this. Do a circle select. Make a small circle. We're going to try to make the trunk, just the trunk, like that. Well, that's not looking very good. How do I change the trunk? Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Okay. What is that? No, can't do that. Phooey, I just blew it, okay? So we do circle. Select the trunk like that, I guess. Instantiate that, make that the trunk. assign that and see what happens. Okay, that seems to have done it. You know what? Let's see. Go to object mode. Oh, well, folder all. Still doesn't look very good. Some of it is green. Oh, boy, I don't know. That's a mess. Okay, well, kind of looks like a dead tree, but, oh, well, you know. Let's make the whole thing green. I mean, the heck with it. I guess I can't figure it out. So let's do this. We're going to make the whole darn thing. Go to object mode, make the whole thing green, like that. No, wait a minute, make it edit mode. Let's see, circle select, make the whole darn thing green like that. All that junk, like all this green, all lined up there. Okay, now we make that tree leaf and assign it. Nope, that's why we gotta get out of the circle mode. We assign it. Now, we go back to object mode. Now the whole tree is green. All right. Let's try one more thing. We're going to go to right now. The whole thing is green. Let's select it as an object. Go to edit mode. Now, let's clear all selection. And let's see. Right now, what we're going to do is touch only. This is all new to me. Let's see. We're going to do edit mode, circle select, make it a tiny circle, and just touch the trunk. Try that. I have no idea what I'm getting into. Select. Okay. Okay, you know what? We're going to have to live with that. So, file, save. I know that one of my siblings probably will rip me for the rest of time eternal. But you know, we've got a tree. Now, that's the tree that many of us were afraid of bumping into. And there was a second tree. We're going to take this, do a Shift D, grab X, duplicate it, grab it, like so, and we're going to make that one smaller. Now let's try that. S for size, look at that. And that's going to be that tree, which is kind of in the front, G, X, something like that, G, Z, something like that. Then we do File, Save, okay. Now, let's see, any comments? No comments at all there. And we are online there. And any comments on Discord? Let's take a look at Discord. No comments there. I guess on a Friday night, Discord is very, very quiet. Okay, well, let's move along now. So we've got now 2 trees. Now remember, there was a row of trees about here. So let's, for the fun of it, we're taking that tree, we're going to go ahead, add, curve, sapling tree generation. Now let's try. I have no idea what these are, so we're just going to dork around with them just to see what these numbers do. Numbers, branch division, we're going to bump that up to there. Rings, and we'll go quack, quack there. Random seed there. Scale, I have no idea. And, okay, well, let's see. Why don't I see? Okay, load preset, sapling, add tree. Now, I don't see anything. Now, let's see. Let's see, do I see a tree? load, create the preset menu. Okay, let's try a small maple. Okay. Now, what is that? Now, why don't I see? I don't see anything now. What the heck? Why don't I see? Okay. Export preset. What does that do? Nothing. Okay. Preset scale. Okay. What does that do? Scale variant. Ah, look. Whee! Whee! Look at that. Wow. Okay. Let's do that. Okay. Now we grab it. Okay, well, let's see. Let's go here. We grab that tree. It's inside the house. So we need to move that out of the house. But Daddy would get mad at me if I bring a tree into the house. And you know, he can get quite mean. So let's do a grab X. Let's move that right there, over there. Now it's not in the house. So Dad should be happy. Now, make it a little bit smaller. And let's see, S. Okay, and let's see, do a G, X. Yeah, that's not a G, Y. I don't know. G, Z. That's it, right there. Now, that's whitish now. So let's turn that one to do the same thing. We're going to go. Let's move the whole darn mess over. We're going to go to edit mode, and then we're going to select the whole darn mess, circle, weep. Now to make sure we select everything, I forgot to do this on the other tree, but let's go to the transparent. That means we see everything, okay? Through everything. Like the whole thing was all transparent to the machine. And that's how it's transparent house, transparent garage, transparent land, transparent tree, everything. So let's go back to this. So now let's reselect everything. So we'll go circle. Now that we're transparent, even if you can't see it, it's being selected. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to turn this is a maple, so make a slightly different tree. So we're going to, oh boy, the color, we're going to add a color. Okay, so we're going to add a color. We're going to go to the tree leaf color, and we're going to assign that color to the whole darn thing. Now, hopefully, we take a peek, putting the object mode, and it looks like it's changed to that color. But now I want to change the trunk. So we go back to edit mode. We're going to zoom in like that. We're going to deselect everything by doing Alt A. Then we're going to do a small circle like that. We're only going to select the few in the trunk like that, all right? Now, I don't know what this is going to do, but we're going to select those, and we're going to go here. We're going to open another material, select, and the brownish color that we used, I believe was here. So we're going to do that, and we're going to assign that material to there, and we're going to go back to object mode, deselect it, and you know, that looks fine. Okay, that looks quite nice. So we'll get that tree, and we're going to make several of those. Actually, we should make, there were smaller trees, they were not as big as the house. So we're going to reselect it, and then we're going to do S down to something like that. Now, do something like that, and I think they were a little bit closer to the house. Let's look at the thing. They're looking at these. Yeah, these are pretty snug up on the house. So let's move this to G, X, something like that. Then Shift D, duplicate G, Y. Shift D, duplicate G, Y. Shift D, duplicate G, Y, Shift D, G, Y, something like that. And we're going to select all of them. 2, 3, 4, 5. Shift D, duplicate G, X. Shift duplicate G, X. Okay, that puts the vegetation there. You know what? Okay, that may be a bit close. There's another house here we're not going to do. Actually, no, that may be too small. Yeah, that goes all the way back. So let's do this. We're going to... Okay, we're going to do... Oh, boy. Plop, 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 plop. Come on, select. Plop, 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 plop. Now, we got that. We're going to do this. Shift D, G, Y. We're going to extend this to the back. Okay, something like that. Looking at the photograph, let's move this whole mess over. You can see the photograph. That is a whole conglomeration of trees, which made it very difficult to see the neighbor's house from this side of the house. And by the way, that side of the house, let's see now. You go upstairs. That's the bathroom. Wait a minute. Hold on. That's the bathroom and attic stairs side of the house. So nobody cared what you saw over there on the third floor. The second floor, oh boy, that was my sister's bedroom, the side window in my sister's bedroom, and the side window to my other sister's bedroom, so that you just couldn't see anything out those windows. So, which is good because the bedrooms need privacy. Now, we have a couple of really big trees back there because when I was a child, I swung on a tree back there. So what we're going to do now, we're going to clear these, do a file, save. Now, just for the fun of it, I'm going to move to the front. Now, just realize these trees may be too small. That's, oh boy. Yeah, I blew it. So we're going to do an area select all these trees, but then I have to deselect the land. So I go to select, invert, deselect that, then select invert, and now only the trees are selected. Now I'm going to try resizing those. Size, make them much bigger, like that. And just for SZ, we're going to make them taller. Now let's see what that looks like. All right. Oh, that looks so much bigger. Okay. All right. So I think, now let's come over here again. They went all the way down to... they went all the way down to the road. So we're going to take the first row of these, which is going to be the first two rows. It's going to be something like that. Oops. Let's see. So we're going to take that. No. How about that? Nope. That still selected the whole thing. How about that corner? Nope. How about just that corner? Let's do this. So we're going to first of all deselect the land, which we did. Then we do Shift D, G, Y, grab Y down to the road. Now, that creates the barrier between our house and the house next door. Let's save the file. By the way, I saved the files because there can be issues. If you do too much without saving the file, Blender has been known to crash. So I want to periodically save. So now we got something pretty nice here. Let's do a full rendering here. This looks pretty good if we snuggle up right here. If I'm a kid standing on the street right there, let's see. I'm going to see that. And you know, that's beginning to look kind of like it, although the trees are not as uniform. So I'm going to try something. I'm going to deselect everything. I'm going to select some of these trees. Now, come on. Do that. Make that one S. Z, make that one shorter. Okay. I'm going to select another one. S. Z, make that one shorter. Okay. I'm going to select another one. S. Z, make that one. Make that one shorter. Let's try another one. S. Z, kind of make them. Trees are not systematic. They are random. So let's kind of get a little bit of realism in this thing. Yes. The otherwise, some of my siblings may say something, and they're very judgmental. Now look at those. Those are not even in the ground. So G, G, Z, get that into the ground where it belongs. Okay. Another one. G, Z, get that one into the ground. Okay. All right, let's see, it's that, okay. Okay, let's get it to here. How do those look? Those look okay. Nope, whoop, there's another one right there. Nope, right there. G, Z, okay, that is there. Okay, let's grab another one. S, just make that smaller, like that. Right, another one, nope, that one. S, makes that one smaller. Okay, so that one, S, makes that one smaller. Okay, S, make that one smaller. Okay, we've got to get more red. Let's test several of them. Let's do a whole 1, 2, 3. Make that bunch smaller. S, make those smaller. Make that nice, and S, make those smaller. Okay, S, make that smaller. Let's see how this feels. If I'm a child, right? I'm a child standing at the corner. Let's see. We'll go to the high quality rendering. So that may darn well do it. Okay, the house is starting to get kind of cozily snuggled in there by the numerous trees around it. See, we go sledding down here, you might hit that tree there. Actually, that's a bit too high. That's way too high. I'm going to have to make that smaller. S, to make that a bit smaller, something like that. Whoops, okay. All right, let's get off. Okay. That is pretty good. Okay. So, and if you go to the map, if you go to here, you can see some trees here. So, for sakes, I'm going to line this with trees as well. Let's take the tree we have here. Okay, let's get that up there like that. Okay, let's double check. No, let's see, any comments on Discord? Nope. Okay, no comments on Discord. Any comments on here? Nope. How about that? No comments on there. So I guess all is well. It is showing me as online. So I guess things are working. I have no idea. So anyhow. Now, let's see. We're going to take that tree. Shift D, G, Shift Z. That means we're going to do it. Oh, whoop, that's not working. Whoop, did I screw it up? No, I didn't. Oh boy, you got to be really careful. You do the wrong thing on the wrong screen, you might knock it offline. So let's get back onto Zoom. I'm sorry, on OBS. So Shift D, G, Shift Z. That means shift in left and right. Shift D, G, Shift Z, another one. Shift D, G, Shift Z, another one. Shift D, Shift G, another one. Shift D, G, Shift Z is another one there. Okay, so that. Then we've got now. Let's see, do that. Lock it up. Save. Now, since I have to go by memory here because, of course, they ripped all the stuff out of there, I'm going to make another one here. Shift D, G, X. Shift D, G, X. All right, now let's move these forward a bit. Yeah, 1, G, Y, get that one right tucked on the corner. G, Y. Okay, G, Y. That's fine. G, Y. Get them up close to the sidewalk. This was a very shady neighborhood. Y, and the same with these. These, G, Y, right over the sidewalk. G, Y, G, Y, like that. G, Y, like that. G, Y. Okay, now, I'm leaving space here because we had lilac bushes in the front of the porch. This is going to be really interesting. Lilacs are pink. So, before we do that, however, there was two enormous trees here. Each one of them having a swing. As you can see, a little embankment right here. Also, there's a lot of trees back here around the garage. So I'm going to try an experiment. Now, we have very little space here because we're going to conceal what's behind here with a lot of trees, okay? So we're going to take these trees, a bunch of these, deselect this. Oh, that's interesting. Why didn't that? Okay, deselect that. Now, we're going to do Shift D, G, X, move it over, R, Z, rotate. Oh, phooey. You can't rotate the bunch. Oh, man, how do I do? Boy, that won't work. So, Control Z. So, we're going to have to take one. Okay, actually do this. Make a new type of tree. So, File, Save. Okay. Now, let's see. That. Okay, now. Oh, boy. Okay, now, I need to go back into Add Mesh. What was it? Now I know. Add Curve Sapling Tree Generation. Add tree. We're going to load a preset of, oh boy, it's going to have to be a small, I have no idea, what does a willow look like? Okay, now, what does that look like? Okay, that might be it. So let's play with, what do these do? That doesn't seem to do anything. That doesn't seem to do anything. That doesn't seem to do anything. What the heck's going on here? Handle type, shape, what does that do? Spherical? No, I don't want spherical. Hemispherical, no, I don't. Oh my God, I don't want that one. Inverse tapered cylindrical. Flame. Whoa, what is that? Oh, that didn't do anything. Oh, man. Well, let's select it without select. Oh, darn it. I don't want it to house. Okay, let's move it out of the way. G, Y. See what the heck I have. That's going to go up onto that balcony right there. Oh, God, that doesn't look very healthy. But let's see. 3. What? Okay. G, X. No. G, Z. Okay, God, is there any sort of attributes in this crazy thing? Item, that doesn't, let's see, okay. Oh, man, tool, nothing there. Okay, so item, What do I have? Oh boy, object data properties. Shape, item, sheet, smooth. Twist method, well, I don't know what that does. Smooth, what does that do? Nothing, okay. Fill mode, okay. Back, nope, I want that, okay. Full fill, okay. Radius, curve deform, let's try it. What does that do? Nothing. Born curve does nothing. Texture space, geometry, offset, that looks interesting. Okay. Extrude, oh, that's interesting, okay. Okay, full mode, oh boy, all this stuff, okay. Texture space, okay, I'll leave that one alone. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. Bevel, object, object, round, depth, alright, okay. Resolution, no, okay, that won't do it, that doesn't do anything. Fill caps, no, that don't do nothing. Start and set mapping, path animation, what does that do? That doesn't do anything. Active spline. I have no idea. Cyclic. Okay, that doesn't do anything. What does that do? Nothing there. Okay. Okay, that don't do nothing. Radius. Also don't. Okay. Yeah. Shape keys. Okay. Custom properties. Nothing there. Okay. Oh boy. So, I'm gonna get out of that tree. It doesn't look very, it looks very healthy. And that, my friend, was a very, very healthy tree. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to delete that. Now, boy, I'm going to delete that tree. So X, delete. Now, let's take one of these. No, not that one. Take this one, Shift D, G, Y, G, X. Okay, where is that? That's a bit far. So let's see. G, Y, like that. Okay, now, I'm going to, okay. GZ, that we're going to make that taller. SZ, but that was a high, big. Actually, you know what? Make an S, the whole damn thing. That was a large tree. S, Shift Z. Okay, that was a huge tree. I think something like that should be fine. We had a swing off of that tree when we were little. So let's try, what does this do now? Okay, shift, resolution, to render, all this. Oh boy, texture space, radius, full, back, no, let's do full. Yeah, I just don't know what all these do. Smooth, what does that do? Nothing. Twist method, Z up. Nope, that doesn't do anything. How about minimum? Nope. Okay, so that don't do nothing. Oh boy, stretch, curve, deform. Nope. Curve, radius. Nope. Offset, geometry. Offset. Oh God. Okay. How about extrude? Right, okay. You know what? The heck with this. We're going to do different colors for this. This is a very special tree. We're going to do, okay, let's do this. We're going to go to edit mode. We are in transparency. Let's go to circle. Let's see, we got that. Circle. Got that whole thing selected right down to nothing. And we're going to do a slightly darker green. So we're going to make a new, okay, get that locked in. We're going to make a new material, make it darker green like that, a healthier green like that. Okay, something like that. Maybe, no, let's try heavier green like that. Okay, so that is that. And we're going to just, for the fun of it, add a little metallicism and do that, make it a little shiny. And then we're going to assign that material. But now, that entire tree, if you go to object mode, that darker color. But, going back to edit mode, we're going to deselect. We're going to zoom in close, like that. Save everything to the file. Now, we're going to make sure it's deselected. We get a small circle select right down to there. And we're going to just do this only to do the branch, something like that. Now, with that selected, we're going to add, okay, lock that in, add another material. We're going to make this a much darker brown. I mean, really dark, all the way, something like that. Okay, really, really dark. I mean, way the hell down there. Okay, now, make it super rough. Okay, but it's supposed to be bark, and there may be different ways of doing it, but okay, do that. Now, apply, we're going to do assign, so we're going to take what's selected and assign it, like that. Now, let's go to object mode, file, save. Okay, now here we are, deselect it. That looks pretty nice, so let's do that. We're going to have two of those. With a pretty big tree, we're going to do Shift D, G, X, and we're going to do an R, Z to rotate it for variety, G, Y to get it up onto the banking, G, Z, and actually I'm going to make it a little bit smaller, S. All right, so that's that. File, save. Now, what we're going to do now, we have to create a row back here. Yeah, I remember, you can see this tree from the dining room window, which is about here somewhere. That was clearly in the photograph. Now, there's a bunch of trees here. I'm going to take this. Actually, take the one I've got. Shift D, G, X. Take that. Shift it over to here, G, Y, right behind the garage. Make it smaller, S, S, Z, something like that. Now, G, X, we're going to make a row of them. Shift D, G, X, R, Z, Shift D, G, X, R, Z, Shift D, G, X, R, Z. Okay, that row, and we're going to grab this, Shift D, G, Y, make it smaller, S, Z, something like that. That into the mix. Shift D, G, Shift Z, R, Z, Shift D, G, Z. No, see, that didn't work. Whoops, no, can't do that either. Control Z, let's go back. So, G, Z, let's get this thing to the right height. Shift D, G, Shift Z. Move it over to here, between the two garages. Okay. Shift D, G, Y, something like that. R, Z, something like that. This one, Shift D, G, Y, GX, something like that. RZ, something like that. Okay. File, save. Okay, now let's be that little boy again. We're going to be here. Okay, we're going to go to the high quality resolution. And this is what it's going to look like. So we're starting to look like something now. Okay, let's do the deselect. Now those trees, oh, they're not sticking into the dirt. So we're going to move all these down. G, Z, G, Z. Why can't I? Oh, boy. Okay, what is preventing me? Let's see, there's one other right there. That's interesting. I cannot select. Okay, there's a tree right there that's not in the ground. Okay, G, Z. All right, that has to go into the ground. Okay, now everything should be in the ground. Let's see. GZ. All right, now let's go back. As a little boy. As a little boy. I'm over here. Oops. Looking up at the house. I deselect. So that looks kind of okay there. Now there are other houses behind here. I'll probably add those. There are probably more trees because there's a lot of shading. So let's. If we go over here, that is shaded thoroughly from view here. So let's go back here. And I'm just going to do this. Get this over to here. I'm going to, okay, G, Y. You know, with trees, it doesn't matter if they really interfere with each other. So I'm just going to do a Shift D, G, Y. Shift D, G, Y. Shift D, G, X. Shift D, G, X. I'm just going to add a hell of a lot. Shift D, G, X. A lot of vegetation here. Shift D, G, X. Something like that, okay? Okay, these trees, let's do this. Shift D, G, Shift Z, Shift D, G, Shift Z, something like that. Now, let's close it, file, save. All right, now, let's see what we got. Again, let's become that little boy right there. All right, now we're getting something, okay? Let's move this over here. All right, that's starting to look pretty good, okay? There's some good blockage back there. There. We're not going to worry about the other houses, but that's pretty darn good. Now, that takes care of this. Now, let's see. Any comments coming from anywhere? Things seem awfully quiet. Okay, nothing there. Okay, what's going on here? I got one viewer there. Hello, hello. Let's go ahead. Is there any activity on the comments? No. All right, so being a Friday night, I'm not surprised there's so few viewers, but anyhow, now we have to concentrate on the lilacs. Now, I'm going to cheat. Instead of trying to create a whole new tree, I'm going to take one of these, which is fairly robust. I'm going to get up here. I'm going to go to Z absolute. So, Shift D, G, Shift Z. We're going to put that near the front porch of the house. Now we're going to S, make it smaller, okay, like that. Now, how does that look? It's low, so it's going to come up GZ, like that, okay? Now, that's a bit close to the house. The porch is going to come out a little bit like that. So we're going to have to move this out. G, Y. Now, that takes care of that. But this is going to be a little bit different. As I said, these are lilac bushes. Now, let's see. We're going to shrink. Okay, let's see how we're going to do this. We're going to make it wider. So X, no. S, whoops, no. S, shift Z, make it a little bit wider, like that. Okay, now, what we have to do, that's about the right height. And that's second floor. Let's make it a little bit S, Z, make that a little bit shorter because he's only going to come to the porch, which is going to be about there somewhere. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do, we're going to get in tight on that. We're going to go to edit mode. Okay. Now, these are lilacs. Okay. So what we're going to do, this is going to be fun. The lilacs also have green leaves and the trunk. We're going to leave the trunk and the leaves alone. Just take a few of the things on the top and make them lilac flowers. So we're going to do a circle select. And just kind of do a scattering of these, something like this. Now, remember, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Let's do something like this. Okay. Now, let's see if I can now, I'm going to lock that. I'm going to now go to add another material. New. This is going to be pink. Like that. Okay. Something like that. Bright pink. Yep, whip. Something like that. Okay. That's going to be a lilac. Now, we got to assign that like that. Now, what has this done? Edit mode, object mode. Oh, that's interesting. Now, deselect it. The top half. Oh, this is very interesting because the trunk also changed. So we're going to have to rechange the trunk. So that means we're going to reselect the trunk. Go to edit mode, Alt-A to deselect, go to circle, select, and we're going to come up very carefully to select what I think is the trunk, like that. We're going to make the trunk. Now, with that being done, we lock that. We're going to now, just for the fun, I'm going to add a new material. Make it darker brown, something like that. That's the trunk. Okay. Another trunk. Okay. Now, we're going to assign that. Now, let's see what we have. Edit mode, object mode. Okay, now, that is kind of wimpy as far as pink. So can we try doing this? This is where it's going to hurt. Actually, no. Let's see. That's not bad. That is really not bad. Okay, let's go ahead with a quality resolution. That is really not bad, considering how busy things are. Let's leave that. We're going, although that mess there. Let's see. Let's go ahead. Object mode. We're gonna bring it in now. Edit mode. Deselect. Now we're going to get out of transparent. I don't know what's going to happen. Let's go circle select. Only the periphery. Try that. Select Lilac and assign. Now, object mode. Okay, so what do we got here? That is not bad. I'm going to leave that, okay? That's your lilacs. Okay, so now we're going to make several of those. So now we're going to Shift DG X, Shift DG X, skip the entrance to the porch, Shift DG X, Shift DG X. Okay. Let's see how that looks. Okay, now become the child. Okay, come the child, the I am. Go to the quality. Now here's what we have. Okay, now that is starting to take shape. Now let's, let's now improve the light a little bit. So what we have to do is to first of all make the light, the current light, which is there, more powerful. Let's make it 50,000 watt light. Try that. Like a sun. Okay, you really still can't see the lilacs because the daylight is weak. So let's go to the global, which is right here. Make that a brighter blue and make it more powerful. Make it a lighter blue. Actually, make it a lighter blue, like a light blue sky. Somewhere up in the sky, there's wisdom on high. Something like that. That too. Now, here we are. Now you can see the lilacs against the house. Okay, so those may be too high. Now, I'm going to, let's do this. Oh, boy, why am I not? Okay. All right, now, we have some, hello. Do you hear me? How you doing? Well, this is my first ever attempt to live stream a Blender session and on not only Discord but also YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. I've only got one viewer on each. Friday night must be a very busy night. This is also the first time ever I've done trees on Blender. I don't know how much you've heard, but I am trying to recreate my childhood home in Winchester, Massachusetts. Now what I can do, I'm going to zoom back out. This is an aerial photograph here. Can you see my mouse? This is Crescent Road in Winchester, Massachusetts. This house was my childhood home. Unfortunately, it has been super expanded into a big, huge party house. So I cannot use this photograph. The whole front has been completely butchered. So that all has to come from memory, but I'm using this to get the dimensions of the house and the relationship to the dimensions of the road and the rough placement of the trees, knowing that the present developers have completely butchered this out and eviscerated all the vegetation from the front of the property. The notable thing is here is that if as a child, if I'm standing here on the street, you look up at the house, I'm going to go to the cycles rendering, and that's what it looks like. You have the big trees. I knew there was a tree here and here because we would always go sledding down this little embankment. And if you're not careful, we'll crash into that tree. That's why I remember that tree, and I remember this tree as well. Those trees and the embankment have been completely gutted, but they added an enormous addition to the house here and completely blocked the original garage. So they have they added essentially a townhouse with a garage on the lower level and 2 floors above it. And they attached it to the side of the house, which completely ruined the house. Right now, this is why I'm going from memory. Now you notice here there are some trees that are pink. We had a whole bunch of lilac bushes in front of the porch, in front of the house. I had forgotten about those until I talked to my sister, and she alerted me to them. Now, unfortunately, I made them too high, so I'm going to select them all, then move them down. Actually, no. S, Z, size them Z like that. See how that looks. Go to the cycles rendering and see how that feels. I have always looked at the house from the front. Now you can see them, but just barely, unfortunately, because of the light and the coloring of the house. Now remember, there will be a porch, there'll be windows, there'll be bay windows. All I have now is a cube that's a placeholder for the house. So I'm thinking that with this part done, most of the vegetation as I remember it is done. And by the way, this is a far better position than I even have anticipated for today. But the trees came a lot easier than I had thought because there is now an add-on for doing trees. Now, true, you can spend countless hours on details of trees, and there are a number of paid add-ons that you have to pay for the add-on, or with the add-on that I'm using, which is part of Blender, there are paid tutorials on how to use this add-on to make really, really realistic trees. They give you the first tutorial for free. Then you have to pay to go on. I said, the heck with that. Let's just get something up. This is for childhood memories. I don't care if the trees are 100% accurate. I just wanted something so that when I do a fly over up the street and into the house, you will see something that resembles what I remember as a child. So, what do you think of it? Yeah. There are also, I guess, a lot of paid things. If you want a piece of furniture, you may have to pay $8 for it. So, yeah, right. If you want an accurate representation of, say, a King Henry IV, whatever desk, that may be $30. And it gives you a limited non-exclusive license on it. I am going to be making all of my own furniture for this. I'm also going to be making the bay windows for the house, which you can pay for those as well. But screw that. This whole thing is going to be homegrown. So right now, go ahead. I think right now it's 8:30. I've been at it for an hour and a half. I'm going to shut it down for now, but I'm going to come back on during a weeknight and see if, or better yet, do this following the happy hour on Monday night. So we have our happy hour here. I can get ready. So as soon as we are done with happy hour, I go right into this, bring it up here, and bring it up back on YouTube and Twitch, if nobody minds. So I think that's it. I want to thank you very much for joining me, and we'll probably see you later. All right, you take care. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Let's see, how do I do that? I've got to stop the camera first, which is here. Stop there. Let's see. Yep. Yep, you see it. Now I got to see where.